Okay, so I just came across this video, True Crime with Dago. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, I've watched so many of his videos. I love this dude. And there's a panel on, and they're talking about how Jules, Jules of Jules of True Crime with Jules. I forget the name of the channel, but I also get a lot from that and watch that a lot. Anyway, they're saying that Jules found the real timeline, and says here that there's like footage from 1112 from like earlier to 25. I don't know if I think she might have gotten this. I don't know if I've seen this early in the morning, video from this early in the morning. Anyway, the title's called Did She Find the Real Timeline? So I just want to, yeah, check out what happens here.
I mean, there's some of it that's still there, but they've held back 3 years of what from us? Like you just said, to make us go have to find it and pay for it, and they're throwing. I'll give you all these files for $20,000 and do this and do that. And I think that is a. I think they're doing that to try to keep us from trying to get it. So
Oh yeah, because they don't want you to talk about the stories that they want to put out. That's hence
right,
the MSM. You can't believe anything they say. You can't believe the cops, in my opinion. You can't believe much of anything. And talking about you can't believe the cops. I got so much for you that is connected to this new Breonna Aguilera case.
oh
I
yeah.
stood up the whole night the other night and did a lot of research on this case. You're gonna freak out.
I mean, I had an.
Okay, I'm just gonna try and see where they talk about it.
If we all
I
just
think it's healthy. I think it's healthy.
Yeah, is that something new she just put out?
yes, yesterday.
Oh, I never heard that.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Uh,
Yeah,
But she's
yeah,
been
AR
the,
paying.
Hayes.
She's been paying for stuff. A lot of us don't. So I
yeah,
can't afford to do that at this point.
yeah. There's several outlets reporting that Koberger's already threatened self-harm, and
I'll have to look into
it,
that too then.
I don't believe that at all, actually.
it sounds like they're setting the stage
I hope they don't do
for
that because I don't believe that at all.
Hopefully they're not
this.
setting the stage for something happening to him. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
Yep. Don't believe it until you got proof. That could be all MSM crap.
Yes,
Mm,
100%.
It is really difficult trying to find anything from mainstream media, including here on YouTube, the mainstream media videos anyway, um, that isn't super biased and just, um, yeah, the self harm thing, that's the new thing they're putting out. That's scary. Um, yeah.
He's 100% right, you guys. Thank you, Dylan and Diane, for that. But here we go. And like I said, if you got headphones, you might want to wear them just so you could focus in on it.
So as you can hear, this is new sound from that night, and it's 2:25, so a lot earlier in the evening.
That car, Dago, that car. You see that car?
Yeah, that she brought that up last night. Um, we were looking at that, trying to figure out what that might have been.
Looks like the same one. What time is this?
This is at 2:26:04 a.m. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. It looks like the same one on the camera from the WSU cam behind the
Yeah.
white car.
Yes. Yes.
All
The one
right.
that did the UE
Sorry.
behind it.
Sorry to bother you.
No. No. No bother at all. Yeah. It does look like. Well, it looks like it could be an SUV. It's got a little bit of a grumble to it, so I'm not 100%. I'll have to analyze that a little bit closer later. Right there.
Yep.
Sounded
Thank
like
you.
tires screeching.
See, it sounds like. Yeah, but that's a female
That's
voice.
somebody screaming to me.
That was a
Oh,
scream.
yeah,
Yeah, it
100% a scream, and it sounds like
Yeah.
a shakedown, a disagreement, possibly like bantering back and forth, and then that is blood curdling in my opinion. I'm gonna play it back again, but it's and then it just you hear it, like I said, because it's muffled. It does sound a little off, but it's clearly a scream to me. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. That's definitely human scream.
That's
Yeah,
a male.
sounds like she says it's like no or something like that.
and if you listen after Dylan, I see you're holding your headphones on there. If you listen to the end of the scream, it kind of sounds like there's like a whimper with it, like a cry that comes out of it at the end. Like you hear how it trails off, and you can hear like crying along the end of it.
It
It sounds to me like someone's yelling something. I don't know, like a name. But Jen? I might be confusing this with Jen from Karen Reed. Not the right time, sorry.
it sounded a little too jumbled to be certain on it on the end to be kind of whimpers. It just still sounds like tires just squealing to me.
Maybe
Well,
tires,
again,
yeah.
it's muffled. It's through a camera audio type
Yeah,
microphone,
yeah.
and then quiet. Michelle just pointed out that too. It gets super quiet, then this car comes out of nowhere. So you got to be able to think about those things.
I mean, are you kidding me? There are cars like screeching all over the place at this time. It makes sense, right? We often, like a lot of us were like thinking that the crime took place earlier in the evening, at least with regards to Kaylee and Maddie. I mean, Ethan and Xana or question mark could have been earlier, around 1:30 when you hear that um, fight on the Linda Lane footage. I heard someone say, maybe it was the cops say at the time, like, no, that was another domestic. That's not related. But I thought nothing happened in Moscow, and this is a small town. So another major domestic where it sounded like someone was getting potentially killed happened on the same night. Another one of those coincidences, I guess. I don't really think so. Either way, Moscow, you've got a problem.
Okay, so this is the vehicle that Jules thinks is Jack Decor, and he comes down the road, pulls into his parking drive, his parking spot, obviously, for just a matter of minutes, and it sounds like he's yelling for the dog, like Murphy. That's what she says. Obviously, I want you guys to hear what you think and make your own decisions, but and then leaves, and it's like, oh, that's wild. And this is at 2:36:11. So, from my understanding, if this is Jack supposedly was already passed out in his bed sleeping, according to him. Um, if it was him, then there's another lie that we have to undertake here.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised, and that's what I've always thought, right? Like, why was the dog unharmed? Why, you know? Um, and, maybe one theory is because the lone wolf Brian Koberger was a vegan, like the one you to think on the news, and he left the dog, and didn't even there wasn't even any blood or anything on the dog. Or did Jack Decor know this was going to go down or participate and was like, you know, I want to get my dog or don't hurt the dog? Like, I mean, a lot of people knew about this and were involved somehow, and I think that's the reason ultimately why this town tried to cover this up. Either because there's some sort of organized crime with people at different levels involved, or simply because, damn, we've got a problem here. There were so many people involved to some degree who acknowledged that this was going to go down, and this makes the school look horrible, and we're about to engage in this $1 billion deal to buy this other school, and we can't have this.
So, just saying. Um, Interesting, very interesting. And also, we were told that he was taken home by a sober bro or whatever you call that, right? That's how I understood it. So there's that too to think about. I'm gonna play that back for you guys to hear again. Right there, you hear a car door slam, and then supposedly she says she hears him say what sounds like Murphy or something like that.
Come here, Murphy.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yep. That is 1000%. Come here, Murphy.
Could be, yeah. Anyways, there is a lot more of this to go through. Jewels of True Crime, she's been doing a lot of work trying to get this footage from earlier in the evening, and it seems like she did hear, and that's great. And I'm going to continue to listen and see what I think. Let me know what you guys think. All right. And subscribe. True Crime Cafe. All right.